We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Dustin wants his last fight to be against Justin. After his fight with Islam, Dustin expressed interest in having one more fight. Recently, he approached Conor McGregor for a fight, but since McGregor didn't respond, Dustin now wants to have a trilogy fight against Justin. On his Twitter handle, Dustin shared this, which clearly means he wants to fight Justin. However, Justin hasn't responded yet, so let's see what happens next. Diego Lopes revealed his next fight plan. After defeating Brian Ortega at UFC 306, Diego Lopes broke into the top 3 rankings of the featherweight division. Recently, he gave a statement regarding his upcoming fight. Diego says his current plan is to be the backup for the UFC 308 main event, but if that doesn't happen, he wants to fight Volkanovski in December. He said, "We'd like the possibility of fighting Volkanovski in December. He doesn't like to wait, and neither do I, so that could be a good fight. A lot can happen, but I think the 2 most viable options for us right now are being the backup fighter in Abu Dhabi or fighting Volkanovski in December. The UFC is aware that I'm available for UFC 308, so it depends on what they want to do." Sean O'Malley called out boxer Devin Haney for MMA fight. After Sean O'Malley lost at UFC 306, Devin Haney tweeted funny about Sean O'Malley, and that started a little back and forth between them. Recently, O'Malley threw down a challenge to Devin Haney on his podcast, offering $1 million as part of the challenge. O'Malley said, "Boxers are dude. Devin Haney's a If Devin Haney wants to talk, if he really wants to fight, I'll put $1 million on me versus him. No time limit, and we can fight. MMA rules, just a fight. Or we could just do no rules."
I love the wrestling aspect of MMA. I really do. I think it just makes fighting so much sweeter. Boxers are dude. Devin Haney's a he is such a dude. If Devin Haney wants to talk shit, he really wants to fight, I'll put $1 million on me versus him, no time limit, and we can fight. MMA rules, just a fight, or we can do no rules. So if you want to fucking eye poke me, you can do a real fight. If you want to talk Twitter, we can really actually fight.
Ooh, I like it.
Or just don't talk. One of the two. Either don't talk or let's actually fight.
Sean O'Malley also shares what he learned from his last fight with Merab.
What's up, guys? I got surgery October 3rd. That doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to improve and take away things I learned from my last fight and I start implementing them now.
Aljamain Sterling wants Diego Lopes next if the Movsar Evloev fight doesn't get rebooked. After pulling out of his fight with Movsar Evloev at UFC 307, Aljamain Sterling came out with another statement. He said that if he can't fight Evloev next, he wants to take on Diego Lopes instead. However, Aljamain Sterling hasn't completely clarified when he will fight next. Listen to what he actually revealed.
If it's not him in December, who makes sense for the Funk Master?
I don't know, maybe Diego Lopes.
Okay.
Maybe that'd be a battle for the 3. Talking the next best fight. If Movsar declines, I just don't know who else would he fight. But if you give me the option, I always wanted Brian Ortega so I could get the closest spot to the top, and now that next closest guy is Diego Lopes. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with what this guy did or that. It's the name value, what it gets me, risk versus reward. And if I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, that's the guy I would risk it with.
Renato Moicano almost bought a plane ticket to punch Chael Sonnen. Recently, Moicano revealed an incident that he nearly purchased a ticket just to throw a punch at Sonnen because he disagreed with what Chael was saying. However, Moicano also mentioned that it doesn't bother him anymore.
Hey, I remember I was not even in UFC, and I remember I was thinking about buy a flight ticket just to suck a punch Chael Sonnen, bro. When he was doing the Ultimate Fighter.
That's great. Why?
Because he was talking shit about Brazil all the time, and I was very offended by that. Of course, nowadays I'm not, because I know he's a character, and Brazil and countries, my brother. I don't care.
Daniel Cormier believes that Tom Aspinall is just a backup fighter in name only at UFC 309, and neither Jon Jones nor Stipe Miocic will fight him even if that situation arises. A while ago, Dana White confirmed that Tom Aspinall will be the backup for UFC 309. Recently, Daniel Cormier gave a statement on this, making it clear that if the need for a backup fighter arises, the fight will likely be cancelled, and Tom Aspinall will potentially face a different opponent.
It said Aspinall's officially the backup fighter. But what happens if somebody gets hurt? Which one of those dudes are going to say, okay, I'll fight Tom Aspinall? Which one of them will actually stay in the fight?
Shut up, they have to.
Come on. Dude, Pavlovich was the backup fighter in New York City when Jones and Stipe were scheduled to fight the first time. Jones got hurt, Stipe pulled out, Aspinall fought against Pavlovich. There is no guarantee that because he's the backup fighter, somebody's going to fight him. I would almost guess that if someone gets hurt, Tom Aspinall stays on the card and he fights neither one of those guys. Yeah, neither one of those guys are fighting Tom Aspinall if they don't have to. It'll be Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane or somebody for the interim championship, because those guys are fighting each other and nobody else, Ben.
Russian fighter Zabit shows off his footwork skills. After beating Calvin Kattar at UFC Fight Night 163, Zabit stepped away from MMA. Just recently, he posted a video showing off his football skills. Take a look. Seems like BKFC president David Feldman is totally convinced that Conor McGregor will fight in BKFC at some point. Most of you probably know that McGregor recently acquired a percentage stake in Bare Knuckle FC, and it's been a while since he last fought. Meanwhile, BKFC president David Feldman has said that Conor will definitely fight in BKFC. He said, "Why wouldn't you fight here? You have equity in the company, and if you fight here, you'll probably make more money than anywhere else in the world."
He seems serious about this, like serious about doing bare knuckle.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's start at the beginning. You said exactly what you said is true. The UFC doesn't need us. Like, they don't need us, right? We need a co-pro with them. They don't need a co-pro with us, which would be phenomenal. They're not going to do it, right? They're not going to do it. If they do Conor McGregor in anything, they don't have to do a co-pro with us. But that being said, I mean, unless he's the best salesman in the world, because the talks that we've had, he's like, I'm fighting here. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, I'm fighting here. And then I go, well, why wouldn't you fight here? Because you have equity in the company. And if you fight here, you probably make more money here than anywhere else in the world because of what it's going to do for the company. So I truly believe what you said. I think 100% he fights here.
MMA community worried for Max Holloway after new training footage comes out. MMA community is reacting to Max Holloway's new training footage. With only a month left until Max's fight at UFC 308, he uploaded some training clips. But fans are concerned that his health condition doesn't seem right. First, take a look on training footage. Fans reacted to this. One said, "Bro looks cooked." Another one wrote, "I refuse to believe Max is actually this bad. This has to be a psyop." God damn, he looks bad. He's finished. Holy. Yeah, bro's cooked. He looks so slow and stiff. He's getting knocked out in one. Oh boy, Max is cooked. We knocking Max out. Unfortunately, I already see him flatlined. Max preparing for the best sleep of his career. He's cooked, unfortunately.